everyone. Time for some toasty breakfast. I really love these warm summer mornings. It makes me actually feel like getting up. So, here is the second part of the summer special. As I explained, I did quite a lot of filming for it, too much for one video. So you get a double dose of my summer antics. If you haven't watched the first part yet, I highly recommend it. I've linked it in the description below and the letter I in the top corner. So let's have a little feast and continue with the fun. PCBWay have now become a one-stop solution. Other than doing high-quality PCB boards, they now do CNC services as well as 3D printing. If, like myself, you're into doing electronics projects and require PCBs, then do check out their services on their website. Okay, so the sun's a bit crazy out there, so I'm going to come in here and tinker around with the TV here. It's just going to get too hot and probably melt it on me while it's at it. Okay, so I'm gonna open this up. I'm just gonna have to be really careful because even though it's like a tiddly one, it's still CRT and it still can have high voltage. And yes, I've goofed around with high voltage before. The freak is this thing? Oh right, okay. It's a plug that's snapped off. Thank God. Hopefully the thing itself is actually fine. Seems to be mono. Ooh, it's even got like degauss, focus and screen. This is actually pretty good. You know, it's got quite a lot of functions for just like a standard, you know, portable TV. Because that is stupidly dusty and needs a full-blown vacuum. But before that, I want to actually discharge this. So I'm going to connect the jump lead to a screwdriver, connect it to this bit here, this ground. Okay, discharged. Let's just clean this up a bit. Starting with vacuum cleaner. Because I'm gonna, this deoxide fader spray, you can see here, F5, I'm going to spray this in all the potentiometers, all the variable resistors. Personally, I don't like tinkering with CRTs. The less I tinker with them, the better. What's this mysterious switch here? There's a diddly switch down there. What's that for? Looks like a variable capacitor or a variable resistor. Looks like a variable resistor to me. Okay, maybe the switches at the front need seeing too. Volume, which I know is correctly. And I briefly turned it on. crackle that as loud as it possibly could. It's the actual thing itself that's broken. This cap bit is fine. For once, it's the actual switch itself. That's annoying. Because I wanted to avoid getting back here because of these things. You know, these strings and threads. So just like one, seems to be one screw leading to that switch thing. I really hope it is one screw and a clip or something like this. I need some mate. Hold on, that's not a volume control, is it? Because there's a volume, oh, I think it is. Let's not undo that one. All the things that had to be the freaking power switch. No, because I cannot take this out. Do you know why? Because these threads are like completely spiderwebbed everywhere. Okay, let's do what we can with this. These switches are really bad. So what's auto? What's that do? Auto is... Oh, is auto like... It comes on only when the alarm comes on or something like this. And I know this switch was goofed as well. So you know something? I'm gonna deoxit it. What? I'm gonna deoxit. Right, let's just put this back together now, because this is the best I can do. The only way I can think of is just like sticking something in there and epoxy resining it in there. But there's literally like a big way to sort that out later on. Anyway, let's connect it up, plug it in, and see if we can connect it to something. Okay, so it's much cleaner and nicer than it was before, definitely. So let's kind of connect everything up. I'll stop farting. Reminds me of that Pink Panther episode. Okay, let's plug this thing in. I hope it just doesn't go boom. I mean, it's set to on permanently, so it should come on straight away. Okay, so there we go. It actually works. It's just not tuned or anything. Oh, nice. Okay, so that's good. You know, there might actually be a way around the power button. Leaving it on, because you can set the clock and, you know, use it as alarm clock. Just put it on the radio and turn the volume all the way down. So you can just, you know, have that. You can't hear anything, so it's cool. And if you want to use the TV, just select the TV, which is not easy because the switch is stupid. Come on. Yeah. And then you have yourself. Right, let's connect something to this, right? Let's see how nice it is. Now I'm back after having a bit of a rummage around, and I have something that is absolutely perfect and fits like a glove with regards to the nostalgia which I personally felt in the summer back yeah, in my childhood. And I went to my friend's house and she had a Sega Master System too. And this is exactly how I remember it. I know the Sega Master System 1 is actually kind of cool looking, but on this one, a lot of people say it looks like a toy, but this is the one how I remember it. And yeah, it had Alex Kidd built in. And so does this one. I remember playing at it in her house quite a bit, and I wanted one myself, even though I had the Amiga. You know, my brothers were on there. I had no looking, you know, so I actually wanted this as well on top of the Amiga. Didn't get it, of course, but I always used to go to her house. And anyway, so let's connect it and just like experience. And it came with the pads, which I remember. Oh my goodness. It's like these things. I mean, they're not the most ergonomic or comfortable things, but I don't know. I always preferred Sega over Nintendo. You know, sorry Nintendo fans, but I was a Sega girl. You know, if it came to like choosing between the two, of course I was an Amiga girl mostly, but you know, if it came between these two things, I know which I'd choose. I know it's 9 volts. It's going to be center positive, just like the Spectrum, just like the Mega Drive and all that. I actually made the power supply especially for like a few systems. Even Atari 7800 is... I actually hacked that a little bit. So anyway, let's... even comes with a TV switcher, TV computer switcher. I was used to ask my mom to go to my friend's house right after school. And yeah, we used to be on this. She used to ask her mom if I could sleep over. I used to have quite a lot of sleepovers at her house. And we do all sorts, not just play Sega Master System 2, but we'd be doing all sorts, recording voices and... Well, recording voices, I don't know where all these cassettes have gone. I think I may have recorded over some of them, which is a shame because, you know, I didn't have cassettes, so I just recorded over some of them. Some good memories which I used to have from back then. Anyway, let's see if this thing comes to life. Obviously I'd have to tune it in first. Yes! Oh my god, it's there! Look, it's actually quite playable on this diddly screen. Gotta play this thing. One of those stupid ghosts comes out, isn't it? Oh no, not that one. It's down there somewhere. No! Oh. Should we try another game? Yeah, remember that as well as it. I remember she also used to have Castle of Illusion. She didn't have Pac-Mania, which I have here, but she had Castle of Illusion, and I think she actually did have these Master Games one. I now had the I now have them on Mega Drive. I've seen them on that. My cousin had that. Super Monaco. Yeah. Strange selection. You have to actually turn it off and then turn it on again to go to the next game. I'll leave this one for Rich to play later, since he's a football head. So you wanna play as well? Bloons. What's a bloon? I remember in the Mega Drive version, this having like a kind of creepy-ish kind of music. Yes, the same. What's this? Why is it so fast? No! Why? What the freak? I play easy game. This is easy. What the freak is hard? You need like Thunder Eyes to do it. Ah! No! I think I offended it. So one player, original. Difficulty easy, yeah. What's with you? You got ants in your pants. Easy, yeah. Oh, blocks. I thought you said balloons. It's like, what's the spell balloon wrong? So that's the block level. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, that's why, because it was level 9. Basically Norse gods when on the Amiga. That was my version of this. Yeah, this one I've never played it on the actual Master System, but I played it on the Mega Drive. And ooh, yeah, this part was a bit creepy sounding back then on the Mega Drive version. I actually do have Mega Games 1, which is what this is in Master System version of it, Master Games 1. And this Castle of Illusions first came across it on the Master System, of course. Then later on, my cousin who had a Mega Drive bought it. He had a US one, Genesis. So it was when I went to America and I played on all these games that I previously knew on the Master System, on the Mega Drive. Actually, you know something? Master System, in my opinion, holds up really well. I kind of prefer it to NES. Even though NES has got a good games library, I actually prefer Master System. Shy on your That's an illusion. It's been staring at me for ages. Ah. Okay, I keep forgetting about that static sound. Not bad for an RF signal. I mean, it does have focus control, but that's actually pretty sharp. I know the camera is not doing it justice. There's no start button. Oh, there is, yeah, technically. It's button 1. But I played on these good pads for like... I used to always like the middle one for some reason. There's a... Oops. Sorry. I'm distracting myself. There's a bit of a... It needs, do you know the trapezium thing? What the freak's it called? I forgot the name. I know it. I forgot. But it needs that. This thing. Let's see if there's any aesthetics at the back. Hello, you. Yeah, ants in your pants. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to turn the screen one. Oh, that just changed the brightness of it. Oh, okay. It's the brightness that just bends the freaking screen outward. So the brighter it is, the more it bends it. Let's go for the focus settings. Get it as sharp as we can. And I actually already was. Sharp? Yep. Perfect. Actually, that's not bad. That's pretty good, actually. It's just a little bit better. Let's see how, I mean, I got this, obviously, Pac-Mania, because it's me, you know. Pac-Mania. Okay. So, I just want to see how the Master System version of it is. And so I kind of like emulated. Multi-system, let's compare system things. Software error? Why? Oh, does it mean I have to blow on it? No, that never worked. I think it's just oxidization on the pins, so a few upsy downsies, or insies outsies, should do the trick. If not, some deoxit. Yay, it works. Eee. This is very Amiga-like, Amiga-esque. Ooh, that's quite Amiga-esque, actually. It's like an 8-bit Amiga version. Even the sprites are they lifted from the Amiga or something? This is very much like the Amiga version. Minus the sound. Diddly. Ghosts. You're so diddly. Ah! Didn't mean to do that. I meant to go up. It doesn't work sometimes. Up, up, you freak. Ah! Why is that so slow? Isn't that supposed to be the fastest one? Go sideways! Stupid freaking pad. I think these pads need seeing, dude. No! How did I get away with all that? I didn't die once? Diddly jumpers. Even the music order is like the Amiga. What's the power pill jiggling from side to side? Is it the pad or is it the game? I think it's the pad. I feel like connecting a zip stick in here. Actually, I could. It's just up, down, left, right, and jump. And there's button B's jump too. No! I mean, nice, playable, but I think I'm going to plug a zip stick in next time I play this. It's going to go... There we go. Okay, so next in line are these speakers which I bought on a public sale. They're supposed to be, well, 15 ohms doesn't tell me anything. It's just 15 ohms. Anyway, to test these, I'm gonna connect them to the SID boombox here. Now, if you haven't watched the SID boombox, it's making and all that, so it's its own playlist because it's like quite a big summer project. A couple of years back, I think actually it was 2019 or something like this. Yeah, major project. I actually created a boombox right from the start. So I created a speaker output on this thing. You can actually connect your own external speakers to this. So, you know, literally I put so much functionality in this, everything that I could possibly dream of in a boombox that I could do. What's with you now? Yeah? is somebody calling me? I think it's because I'm talking about the Sid Boombox. He owns it. If you watch the finale, you'll know he claims it. Whoops! What? I'm doing a finale. You're not gonna let me turn it on. He doesn't want me to turn it on. Why? What? He's like, no, it's mine. It's mine. Let me put the... What? Let me put the card in. Why? Anyway, yeah, so if you want more details about this in the description below, but yeah, I'm gonna test these speakers using this because it has a speaker output, and the 15 ohms might be a bit too much. Either way, yeah, it is. Either way, these are what the ohmage in this. It's impedance is, you okay? Made him jump. Impedance in these 4 ohms. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, 60 to 120 watts RMS max. Got it. Okay. So are you gonna come in now? Have you decided? You calculated? You after? Huh? He just wants to sit with us. As I go for it, he came around. He comes around the very moment we get the Sid Boombox out. Good morning. Now, last evening, yesterday, I was gonna show you, well, I was gonna actually replace these speakers, and I was showing you these speakers on the Sid Boombox, which is up here, and you know, it started getting a bit late, so I thought, you know, let's just, you know, call it a night and then, you know, start this morning, and yeah, so I did. Anyway, I want to recap on this because, you know, all the sound acoustics have changed and everything, so I'll play some music through it just to compare this and the other speakers from the car boot sale. So it'd be very interesting doing a project, like it's like a car boot sale project kind of thing, so everything I've used in this is from the car boot sale. Okay, so I have it all set up here now, and the microphone's set up directly in front, so you'll get, well, hopefully if the microphones catch the difference in bass frequency, you will get you'll hopefully get a clear representation of, can't see anything because of the sun. Thing is, one thing I've noticed is that when you compare these two and switch them over to these, the bass is obviously more in these two at the bottom, as you can hear. There's a bit more bass, however, the frequency of the bass isn't as low as it is on these. So these speakers themselves, they give out a bass frequency that you can actually feel in the bench, but these don't. So these have a deeper bass, but these have a more stronger bass, but at a slightly higher frequency. Now I want to compare, I want to replace these cones here and see how these work out. Okay, so these things seem to have screws, good, even though they seem rusted completely. So many screws, is there really need for this many? It's like 2, 4, 6, 8. 9 for the cable. Which I can understand that one, but I hope you come out when you do. Okay, they're 5-watt speakers, and they're like the elongated ones, you know, where you find in old TVs. Here we have the old cone out. You can see it's just a standard TV style cone, speaker cone, or transducer, whatever you want to call it. Let's see if I can like at least fit one of these in. Probably not. To be honest, I just want to test it. If they're good, then I'll make it more permanent. You know, just for the time being, I'm just going to put one on because it does hold up stable. Obviously it's going to rattle and things like this, but you know, just to test it out. I'll make it more permanent if I'm impressed with the sound. Actually, before I fix this on, I'm going to solder the terminals on. Just makes life easier, you know. Very old solder which is refusing to budge. Just put some new solder in there. Fume's not good for you. The old 80s or 70s solder. Gotta make sure the polarity is correct on these. Otherwise we'll get some phase issue. Let's keep the polarity consistent. As long as each of the speakers have the same polarity, it's fine. Doesn't matter which way around it is, as long as it's the same. Let's do the same with the other one. Oh, stupid screws. Why'd you need 8 freaking screws? It's just too much. What do you think's gonna happen? It's like 4 screws enough. And the speaker's gonna be so powerful, it's gonna blow the back off this thing. Okay, that made me jump. Thankfully no damage to the cone itself. But it just would have come up. Oh, you stupid freak. Let's put some stupid fancy stuff here. I mean, I call it fancy stuff. It's just a blob of cack. I was wondering why it wasn't going through. I mean, blob of cack with a knot tied in the back. That's what it was. Okay, that's better. At least I can get it. Let's do what it already had. Not. That's what I used to do when I was little. When I used to create stuff like this. Let's just kind of trim these so there's not too much length, so they're not too long. I forget freaking English sometimes. Yeah, but there's one copper wire in these, so I'm gonna put the copper wire on this side always, just to kind of keep the polarity consistent. A piece of wood, this stupid thing which makes no sense. Just get rid of it. Just pull it out with pliers. As I said, it was only chipboard. it down with one for now. And then if I like the sound of it, secure it with the others. What I'll probably do actually is, you know, if we fit this properly on here, just cover this part of it up, because the hall is bigger than the speakers. This is a real tin pot way of doing this for the moment, but you know, every little helps. Okay, so that's one temporary one done. Someone's screaming at the top of his voice now. I'm glad that guy's happy. He's singing at the top of his voice. Excuse you. Excuse you. That was quite a loud one. I don't know why they gave me the giggles, I just did. I'm so immature. I think I get it from Rich. Right, let's connect these up now. And compare the sound. I've just rigged everything up here. This is going to be like a control, these speakers here, and those are going to be like the, obviously the replacement, the ones we're testing. Microphones are in the exact same positions as they were. Now let's switch it to these new ones. Oh, they're actually nice. Deeper. The bass is lower frequency. They're slightly quieter, of course, because it's, I mean, the impedance is a bit different, but also not only that they're higher wattage, so it probably takes a little more to drive them. But they sound good. So we can improve certain things like covering that loose bit. Loose bit? I mean the part where just the extra, the whole thing is. Actually, you know something, the bass really is lower. I could feel it in the bench more. And when I sit on the bench, I could feel it even more. Take it back to these. And they still do have a really nice bass, to be honest. They have a slight, even though the bass is not like strong, they have an edge over these, but these are better than these ones. I mean, I could use these ones for projects, no problem. They're still decent, but they're not like really for audio hi-fi speakers. I mean, I'd personally call it a success. So, there we have it. I think I'm gonna work on these later on now. In this scorching sun, this beautiful heat wave, which I know many will disagree with me saying that it's beautiful, but I'm sorry, but I consider it beautiful even though it's quite warm to be outside. But I'm sort of in my element. Anyway, when I was clearing out the attic, I came across quite a lot of Rich's magazines and retro computer magazines, of course. You have Zero here, you have a couple of issues of ST Amiga format. Of course, the ST has to be there because he's on that side of things. Actually, he's on both sides of things, to be fair. But he started with the ST. Anyway, it's kind of a good way to join together, you know. So I decided, you know, why not just do some flip throughs of his, because I've never read a Zero magazine. I mean, I've only read the format when it was Amiga format only, not ST Amiga format. So, you know, it'd be quite a few things. So today, let's go through an issue of Zero, because, yeah, my first time. So like, what do we have? Some firepower to your fist. I mean, we all know Back to the Future, right? But how was the actual game? Because I heard one of my friends saying that it's not so good. So yeah, I haven't played it myself, so yeah, please comment, let me know what the game is like. Because yeah, surprising, something that's like quite an iconic film is like shocking in the game. But then again, they say a lot of movie title games, you know, usually by Ocean, they're not as good as they should be. I mean, then again, I do like Batman, the movie, the game, but then I think that's more for nostalgic purposes. The gameplay itself is like really difficult. My slushy is slowly turning into a drink in this sweltering heat. Atari Links. That's one which, you know, I've always been curious about. Again, there's so many systems I've always been curious about, but Atari Links is one of them, because I know that the people who created the Amiga worked on this, and especially on the sound part of it. But yeah, that's what's, I wonder, I'm actually experienced one. I've never even seen a game being played on one. So, I mean, when I was, back in those days, it was all Game Gear or Game Boy. But I never saw much of this. And the part where a few of the Amiga team working on it actually intrigues me. So we have Tarakandu here. Let's read about it. Ooh, chips challenge. What's this chips challenge? Oh, chips as in those chips. Trust me, like being a freaking geek. I thought chips as in ST vs Amiga sound chips or something like this. It's chips as in this like puzzle game. Okay, let's continue reading the Turrican one. Turrican sounds a bit like a tin can. Which is fair enough, because Turrican could easily be related to a tin can. Turrican doesn't sound anything like lots of shooting, killing, and blasting. This is strange, cause, literally COS. Turrican has loads of that. To reach the end of level Nasty, you'll have to shoot things, jump on things, cross things, and shoot even more things, as well as your standard laser pressing. As well as standard laser, pressing the spacebar will access a special bar laser, and holding down the fire button will up the power of your laser. Try pressing fire and space for a really way out weapon. There are bonus icons, masses of rooms, and shooting. Shooting? Oh, okay, it ends there. I thought it continued. Anyway. So there you go, that's like, yeah, actually, forgot about that. What year is this? February, it looks like 1991, it's torn. It's 1991. It's interesting, actually, hearing about a game that you know so well, and reading like an early review of it. You know, when it was like, it was new and it was being sold to the public for the first time. Because I never thought of Turrican as a tin can. I just I didn't think the name, because you're so used to saying it. Ooh, Prince of Persia. This is one of my favorites. It's just yeah, it just brings back happy times for me. Even though the story is not really happy, but, well, it is at the end. But it kind of playing through this for the first time, albeit with infinite time, but still playing through it was really something, and it just like the smile on my face. Anyway, see, have they written anything about what is this freaking mouse? Looks like a big toe, a computerized one. DIY DTV. You may remember that last month there was a feature called DIY DTV. Well, here's the second part, also called DIY DTV. Okay. This time around, Jonathan Davies explains the Rolls-Royce end of fanzine production, i.e. how to do it for your... What is this about? Oh, it's a freaking Apple mouse, that's why it looks like a big toe. Computerized one. Ooh, look, someone's here. Hello. Can you say hello to us? Hey. Ooh, quick shot. Okay, right. So, I have that. I have that. Do I have that? That is different slightly. This is also slightly different. I had this in the micro switch version back in the day. We have this. I don't like these type of joysticks. However, the more recent Unijoy or Unithor by Unijoy, which is, that's the first one I've ever liked of this type. But yeah, Rich has got a couple of these. Well, I think he's got one of these. He's got one of these. But I used to have a micro switch version back in the day, which was absolutely great, actually. This one I've got a similar variant to it. These two don't have. So yeah, quick shot. I mean, they're good, but again, Zipstick will always be my favorite. Ooh, Tarikan too. A whole page on it. Remember Tarikan? It doesn't really matter if you don't, because it's easy to sum up a rather brilliant multiple direction scrolling shoot. Still... What? Is that a... What? I'm not gonna say that word. A rather brilliant multiple direction scrolling shoot 'em up maze. Sort of a minor classic, really. Was that a Freudian slip? I don't want to think about that. Anyway, let's move on. Oh no, talking about jolly good times as well here now. Right. Let's kind of like flip past this. Prince of Persia. Okay, let's read about this. Ed the Duck. Oh, I remember this freaking game. I remember it being not so good. But how many of you remember Ed the Duck? It's freaking CBBC. Right. Prince Persia. That's Iran now, isn't it? Still, this new broad-open game is set in the days of yore, when women were women and men wore very baggy trousers. David Wilson hitches up his harem trousers and calls in the Prince of Persia. Ancient Persia is in a bit of a rum to do. The good Sultan is abroad fighting a foreign war, and in his absence, the evil Grand Vizier Jafar is yes, the name is Jafar, not Jafar. It bugs me because I guess it's the same story of Aladdin. I don't know where the original story comes from. I heard it was actually not. I know it's Arabian Nights, but there's a difference between Persian and Arabian. So you hear Aladdin. It's not actually Aladdin. It's Alauddin. It bugs me whenever I hear Aladdin. Anyway, Vizier Jafar seized the throne and inflicted a harsh tyranny on the people. God. You enter into his scenario as a foreign adventurer who's only gone and won the heart of the Sultan's daughter. Mind you, in land where all the women are 4 feet tall, 3 feet wide, and wear head-to-toe black tablecloths. Okay, this is a bit weird. I mean, anyway, she's one tasty chick. What? Come on. This is getting a bit much now. The drawback is that Jafar has the hots for her too. God, is this written by like a 15-year-old or something? I'm sorry, but this is like some prepubescent writing. Rather unpleasant plans for yours truly. So the game opens with you and the clink, bereft of sword. Jafar also imprisoned the Sultan's daughter and given her hour to his ultimatum. Give him a snog or die. This really is written by like 14, 15-year-old, isn't it? Who is this? Who wrote this? Oh, hello. Quite a wish. I wish for this author to gain maturity. No, certainly, I hope he has anyway by now. 40 Sports Boxing. I remember actually my brother playing this. And I remember when he was like, this is on the Amiga, of course. We didn't have an ST. Yeah, I remember my brother playing this, and I remember laughing at the box heads on the thing. But they were very boxy looking anyway. This was made me giggle from back then. This looks interesting. Working in his toy factory has its ups and downs. What is this? Night Shift? Available on Commodore 64, 120, Amstrad, cassette and disc, Spectrum, Atari ST, Amiga, and PC compatible. Okay, called Night Shift. Never heard of this, but it looks interesting. Looks like a game I'd try. Has anyone played it? Is it good? Might check that one out actually. I'll ask Rich if he's actually. Michael Jackson Moonwalker. As much as I like Michael Jackson, this game I remember recently seeing it. I think it was Rich who showed me. That I was not impressed with it because it started getting annoying. It's just the repetitive music and things like that. It just got a bit annoying. Outrun, of course, don't need to say anything about that, everyone knows. Axel, there you go, Axel Dominator, you're famous. Axel's Magic Hammer. Barbarian 2. Thunderblade. What's Thunderblade? I forgot. It feels familiar for some reason. Must see it. Blasteroids. Again, I don't think I've seen. I don't know games by name sometimes. In fact, most things I don't know by name. I tend to know them by like if I see it, then I'll know it. I'm like that with faces. I remember faces more than names. Anyway, so Vigilante, haven't played that. Road Blasters, again, haven't played that. I need to try some of these. Gauntlet 2, I know. I've got a nostalgia time on that, with me and my cousin playing it, my cousin Ayman. I'll link it in the description. Lightning Sword, what are you? There's so many new games here I want to try. Robocop 2, he's back. I've never Carver. That's one of my childhood games. I played it on, I think I played it on Nostalgia Time a while back. This Robocop 2, I was saying, I like 1, and I like Robocop 3. I think 3 is probably out of the actual series. 3 has to be my favorite. You know, the 3D one, the going in the lift and everything. That I think I played most back then. But Robocop 2, for some reason, I just didn't like it. on whatever platform. I just didn't like it. Take a musician. He is passionate about his music and the instruments and technology. He can use it to create it. He is a perfectionist. He eats, sleeps, breathes music and equipment. He owns a dodgy Ford Escort with a sticker saying, "My other car's even crappier," in the back window. I think we made this one up, Ed. He signs a deal with a record company and spends the money they give him on gear, but both he and his music seem destined to remain forever obscure. Then one day, he buys a computer, loses his inhibitions, and discovers partying. Blimey, steady on, Ed. Suddenly, people start to listen to his music. He sells his records. He gets radio airplay. He becomes incredibly attractive to members of the opposite sex with large assets. Oh, opposite sex with large assets. He even gets an interview in Zero. Bloomin' hell. He's made then, Ed. The musician's name is William Orbit. Oh, okay. Oh, of course. I didn't see his picture. It's glaring. The sun's glaring. It's reflecting right into my face from that page. Anyway, his name is William Orbit. Through his music, though his music will be familiar to you under the name Bass-O-Matic, his recent single, Fascinating Rhythm, shot high in the charts with a little help from singer Sharon Musgrove, rapper MC Inna One Step, and various guest musicians. Yeah, so it's basically he must have started with the Atari ST. That's why he's in here. That's what I was looking for basically when I was reading this. Atari ST Amiga PC, freaking glare. Atari ST Amiga PC compatible, stunning high-resolution 3D landscape, sophisticated score and musical effects. Again, I don't know why that kind of like screamed out to me, but it does look good there. And I've never tried it. I gotta ask Rich about these games if he's tried them. Better than your wildest dreams. What is? Pick and pile. What? I've never heard of that. Crazy reflex game that will drive you loony. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. STAG Amiga, I guess, and PC. Never played it, never heard of it. Well, seems to be some nice games here. I've never. Ooh, that looks. He looks weird. He looks odd. It just looks like alien. Like, again, I don't think she looks any better. But still, the guy doesn't look right. Freaking bright page. PC Engine. PAL PC Engine including game. Ooh, first bit of hardware I've seen. Well, as in like Amiga type. So, Amiga and Atari ST compatible 3.5-inch external drives. Very quiet, sleek, high-quality metal casing, slimline design with cooling vents. Evesham micros. What the? Here, smack in the mouth. We here ask you to send us a picture of yourself after having had not to fine a point on it, the crap kicked out of you. It's the only way to actually profit from a pasting, because you can win a software prize of your choice. That's a bit dangerous thing. People are gonna like kick the crap out of themselves and send a picture. Face it, Oliver, some things you can't cover up. Hello. Some things you can cover up. What's up, you? Meow. First up this month, we have Oliver Williams of Warwickshire, who's bluffed his way into the mag with a bit of makeup. Nice try, but unfortunately he doesn't earn any software. All it boils down to the fact that to earn yourself a rather fab game, you need to have suffered some real pain and send in a photo which proves it, which is exactly what contestant number 2 has done. It's AJ King of Wirral, Mersey's only doing close. Following letter. How's that? Here I am, bruising and swelling to face, neck and chest, broken jaw both sides, jaw wired together. Hence Elvis type of smile, and a few, I mean, I'm not laughing at his pain, but I'm laughing at the fact that he faked jaw wired together, hence Elvis type smile, and a few less teeth than before. I bought last month's magazine. The cause of the beating was because I was jumped. Oh God. Resulting in not only the injuries above, but also an internal bleeding. Yikes. Hence, yellow colored chest. The person with me is my wife Angela. That's my stuff, although unfortunately the damage wasn't done justice by the black and white of the yikes page. Well done, AJ, Mr. and Mrs. King, after the beating. What about the rest of you being fortunate enough to have recorded an injury on photograph? You don't have to have been actually beaten up either. Oh no, you can even enter with injuries sustained, a motorcycle crash or mountaineering accident or something. Why suffer in silence? Share your pain with the world and actually profit from it. Okay, I don't know about you, but it's a bit of a strange request. Yeah, a bit dark there. I don't know, I guess maybe it's what guys do, I don't know. It's really strange, this alien to be that. But bless, hope he's okay. Well, back then, hope he's okay now. What's this? The Synchro Express 2 is here. Synchro Express is a high-speed disk duplication system that will produce copies of your disk in around 50 seconds. Synchro Express requires a second drive and works by controlling it as a slave device and ignoring the ST or Amiga disk drive controller chip, whereby high speeds and great data accuracy are achieved. Well, is this like the Cyclone copier or something like this? Not sure. No, wait, it cannot be Cyclone copier because it's got an external disk controller. Synchro Express 2. Gotta look that up. That's actually quite intriguing. I don't know anything that would like this on the Amiga. Oh, I see. That's got like an external floppy drive controller. It's the Zero car boot sale. Ooh, car boot sale. Summer special car boot sale. That's what I've done. Right, magazine to choose for it then. Anyway, so there we go. Ooh, colored shopping page. 59p disc, please give it to me. DSDD, I want it now. 50 Sony discs plus label, $19.99. Yes, I'll buy 100 now. Joysticks galore, and none of them I like. Competition Pro and all the flight type ones. But I like the Unijoy. Oh, by the way, the Unijoy, they've succeeded in their Kickstarter, so thank you all for supporting them. And now, hopefully, just waiting for my joysticks to arrive. Anyway, so that's that. So that is all for today. I hope you've enjoyed my summer special series. I may even do a little extra just to update on some of the things like the camcorder, which, by the way, the battery mod is actually working perfectly at full charge. There is more coming up, as always. I have many projects queued up and fighting to get to the front line. But for now, I will leave you to continue enjoying this beautiful summer we're having. Thanks so much to all my patrons for supporting my channel, especially to you very kind top-tier supporters of mine who deserve an extra special thanks. Rich Garbett, Electronscape, Axel Dominator, Aaron Metcalf, Corey Ostman, Mark Bosak, Starlight Minako, and Chris Sabalinski. Have a lovely evening, everyone. Until next time, adios!